Geoffrey was with us for only 4 weeks of the 7-week shoot, and you know, the word has somehow gone round that I was inconsolable in party, and I would like to use this opportunity to set the record straight on this matter. It's perfectly true that I had a moment of regret at the departure of a respected colleague, but there was nothing emotionally unstable about it. In fact, the day after, because Geoffrey had a state commitment in Australia, so he had to leave us, and the day after he abandoned us to his meaningless play in Australia, I strode onto the set with a huge smile on my face and the air of a man ready to work, brisk and efficient. And Tom Hooper, I saw him out of the corner of my eye looking at me with an exasperatingly knowing look. And he said, "I feel exactly the same way." And I calmly inquired whether he wanted to get on with the bloody scene. And we had a joy this morning. I strode back to my trailer and binged my Blu-ray copy of Quills. That's an interesting. At that moment I saw a strange pair of underpants on the floor of my trailer. Next to it was an unfamiliar pair of socks and pantyhose. And they made a trail towards the bed at the end of the trailer. And then I noticed to my horror that there was somebody sleeping in the bed. The blankets were pulled up so that only a tuft of hair was visible. And I approached the trepidation and I just peeled back the blanket and I shrieked like a schoolgirl. It was Geoffrey. Or rather, somebody had pasted Geoffrey's face onto a mannequin. So I found this energy of Geoffrey, my friend. And this was some clever clog's idea of grief counselling or something. We thought it would help. And so, never being one to let anything go to waste, I picked him up. And I propped him up, sat him up on the opposite little dining table in the trailer. And you know, actually, I have to say, he proved a remarkably effective therapist. Over the ensuing weeks, he wasn't quite as animated as I was used to. He was a good listener, and he was cheap. And he had quite a presence. He showed up in the Wembley Stadium crowd scenes. When you get the DVD, you have to pause it, you'll see him. He was among the palace courtiers, and in a singularly unpleasant moment, I did find him in the cubicle of the men's room on the film set. Then, of course, Helen and Alan Carter showed up, and we forgot all about him. And Helen was utterly captivating, but she never quite believed it. And I think the words I heard from her most often were, "I know I'm not Geoffrey, but if I could have your full attention just for a moment." And one of the mantras I think I heard from almost everybody on the set was, after I told a particularly hilarious anecdote, where the end came when the moment of laughter should have been. Instead, there was always a wistful silence. And somebody said, "It's just not the same about Geoffrey." Now, we men don't tend to go around confessing our emotions and feelings to each other. Well, I don't, anyway. Because these things are personal and private, and so we don't like to do it unless there are thousands of people listening. rather like being on Jerry Springer. Geoffrey, Colin is here. Is it something? May not want to do it. I have great love and regard for this man, and he has spoiled me completely. All those extraordinary, the intellectual fire and the humanity and the vigor and aversion to cliche and all those tangential qualities and the constant search for truthfulness. Those things that you see in his work, you actually also get in his company. And you just see the impact that this man has on the screen. If you just imagine being in front of that on a daily basis, it really is quite extraordinary. It's like watching close-up magic. It's not like watching, because you're engaged. It invites you to engage with it, so you are involved with that extraordinary sense of the unexpected and that mercurial intelligence. And, you know, before you know it, you're feeling a strange sensation in the back of your neck coming up through your toes, traveling up through your body, interfering with your upper abdominals, and coming out of your eyes, ears, nose, and larynx. And before you know it, you've raised your game and you're doing things you did not think you were capable of. And, you know, he does all that and then makes you howl with laughter in your spare time. So nobody should have all that, really. And then also get a prize, but that's what we're doing apparently. It gives me the greatest pleasure to award Geoffrey with the Montecito